Should you play Halo Infinite in 2023? Halo Infinite has been out for 2 years now, so today I wanted to go over all of the good and bad news that the game has received over the last 2 years and why you should play Halo Infinite in 2023. First, we're going to be going over the bad news of Halo Infinite, and then moving on to the good, and then why you should finally play the game in 2023. First, we're going to start with the bad. I won't be the first to say it, Halo Infinite's launch was not met with extreme positivity as it was released broken, unfinished, and in dire need of more development time. It was clear at the launch of the Halo Infinite beta that the game was not ready for full release, even if 343 was going to be pushing it out after a full year of extra development by Microsoft. It was clear to the Xbox and Halo community that 343 had not released a finished product, and lacked basic features from past Halo games, like basic playlists and customization, and they pushed it off because it's a free-to-play title. As of this year, Halo Infinite has done so much better than it was back in 2021, where they barely had any basic playlists, and where Big Team Battle was actually unplayable for a straight month before they were able to get a patch out for it. After the horrendous launch of the Halo Infinite multiplayer on Steam, Halo Infinite lost over 98% of their player base within the first few months. It was clear to everyone that 343 did not know how to run a live service game and needed a year or two at most to get their shit together. It was clear to everyone that 343 broke many promises to the Halo community, like full Spartan customization and that you would be able to get free gear, but the majority of it was locked behind the store and battle passes. Many major people in the Xbox and Halo community were either quick to criticize or defend Halo Infinite because it was free to play. Thankfully, the majority of the Halo and Xbox community were criticizing 343 in the launch of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, so that 343 could quickly get out a Slayer playlist before Christmas time. But just think for a second there, how stupid does that sound? The community having to tell 343 that we want a Slayer playlist before Christmas time so we can play only Slayer instead of being stuck with things like Oddball and Capture the Flag. The game was in dire need of content that their so-called beta was really just an early release just to hit their 20th year anniversary, and after the beta, nothing was added. No new playlists, no new maps, nothing. But one of the biggest atrocities of Halo Infinite, one of the first things that they promised at the start of Halo Infinite's development was that the campaign would launch with split screen campaign co-op and campaign co-op. And yet it took them over a year to get that in. And then they, of course, canceled the split screen co-op because they couldn't get it to run, or because Microsoft wanted them to have to sell more consoles. After all the failed promises that 343 Industries, Xbox, and Microsoft were not able to commit to for Halo Infinite, the community had constant backlash against whatever 343 Industries did. After all the dust had settled and all the backlash had been gone, 343 still could not get their shit together. There were massive waits in between seasons, which caused a lot of discussion within the community that whether 343 was able to keep it up with a live service type game. I mean, how could anyone trust 343 with a live service free-to-play type game when after the launch it took them 7 months to release Season 2 Lone Wolves, and then after that 9 more months to release Echoes Within? Another massive criticism of Halo Infinite is that it took them over a year to release their highly anticipated Forge mode, which granted is a very good mode that a lot of the community are using, but other Halo games either had them at launch or only a few months after. So because of this massive delay to Forge, it was very clear that the game needed another year or two in the oven before they released it. Around to the release of Halo Infinite's Winter Update, which introduced Network Co-op Campaign and Forge, Bonnie Ross was leaving the company due to personal issues. Many people in the Halo community blamed her for the way Halo was treated as an IP, and as one of the first promises she made was that there would be split-screen co-op at the launch of Halo Infinite. After Season 3 Echoes Within released, Halo Infinite was in a much better position than launch, and that's when 343 as a company was hit with layoffs, and Joseph Staten left Microsoft altogether, but he is now working with Netflix on a mystery AAA title. Even now, when Halo Infinite is in a much better state, 343 is still releasing $20 bundles that could be put down to $10, and highly anticipated skins, like the remake of the Halo Combat Evolved Master Chief skin. They are selling it for $20 on their store instead of making it an item to earn or lowering the price. Okay, now that I've gotten all the bad news and negativity out of the way, it's time to start with the good news. After Bonnie Ross departed 343 and Microsoft, it was announced that Peter Hinz would take on the role of the studio head immediately after her departure. Peter was responsible for publishing at 343. He oversaw legacy products, which mainly means all mainline Halo games before Halo Infinite. After Peter was given the role of the studio head after Bonnie Ross's departure, 343's management was restructured, and it seems like now that it was the proper move to make. The reason that the Halo community trusts Peter so much is that he was the main man who brought Halo Master Chief Collection to what it is today. In Halo Master Chief Collection's current form, it is still being updated because of Peter's leadership. After he took over as studio head, the Halo community as a whole saw the potential of what Halo Infinite could become, and Halo Infinite, after Peter took over, has seen regular updates every 3 months. In the last year, Halo Infinite has had 2 major expansions to the game, including Infection, which released the new remade Infection mode, and Reckoning, which included a whole 50-tier battle pass, completely redesigned, and also a new Combined Arms operation, which is 20 levels of free-to-play content. Forge, as well, has seen some massive improvements, including AI being able to be put into the game, with major content expansions by the players, like a whole-ass battle royale that a group of people are making and still constantly updating. A little bit after the launch of Forge, a custom games browser was released not that long after, which let players play custom games maps with friends, and post Season 5 release, we now get XP for our battle passes from custom games matches. After Season 2 Lone Wolves released, 343 allowed us to earn credits back through the battle pass, which would let us buy another battle pass when it released, or content in the store. After waiting so long, after several seasons releases, we now have a major amount of playlists that we are able to pick and choose from, with over 65 maps, half made by community and half made by 343 by using Forge. 343 has also released a new playlist called Halo 3 Refueled, where they recreated old Halo 3 maps in Forged and remade them for new playlists. It only took 2 years, but Halo Infinite is finally in a state where players can say that there's enough content and enough things to do where that we can keep coming back every few months or every few weeks to keep playing the game, because we all love Halo and we want to see it succeed. A little editor's note before I wrap up the video. Halo Infinite has recently gained 30 million unique users according to a job listing online. I would like to thank 343 for all the dedication that they have put towards the game and for the community. They truly deserve that number considering their recent successes with the newest seasons. Congrats 343. After all this information that I've given you all on the Halo Infinite life cycle, we come back to the real question. Should you play Halo Infinite in 2023? In my humble opinion, yes, you should at least try Halo Infinite in the current state that it is in as of November 2023. Seasons are finally being released on a consistent basis every 3 months, but it did take a lot of time for 343 to get into that groove to releasing content every 3 months, but they did do it. Since release of the beta, the game has added so many playlists and new modes that it's hard to choose from. The armor customization in Halo Infinite has been updated post Season 5, which lets us pick any helmet for any armored core, and 343 has stated that they are moving to other parts of the armor to make cross-core as well. Even if you are a new player to Halo Infinite, you are still able to go back to past seasons and buy the battle passes, truly being one of the best battle pass systems where you are not rushed to finish them. And at some point during the Season 5 Reckoning, 343 will also be adding Firefight, which will include PvE gameplay, which Halo Infinite players have been asking for since launch. As a game and a multiplayer service, Halo Infinite has been in the best position it's been in years, and it's because of the dedication to everyone at 343 and the community who stuck with the game and kept it going since launch. Overall, I would 100% recommend Halo Infinite Season 5 Reckoning for the state it's in. It has plenty of content, plenty of armor core customization, and it's super fun to play with friends. And it's free to play, so there's no harm in trying it. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose to, and as always, have a great day.